Hello and welcome to my first backpacking trip since 2021. What an entrance to the woods. Odd.
We were going to the top of the mountain and this spring was closer to the bottom, so we kept on hiking. This is the shelter I stayed in for my first backpacking trip a few years ago. It's a great backup plan in case it rains and a good spot to have lunch. Continuing on. And here's a fun fact for you.
It's more likely to get struck by lightning than it is to be bitten by a snake in the wild.
I love seeing the terrain change as you climb in elevation.
We made it to the top. Woo! That view though. What if it's a UFO?
Some good old rock chairs. And then we found our camp spot for the night.
Another rock chair. Little bonfire pit. What a view.
Time to set up my shelter. My hammock. I don't have one of those fancy lightweight backpacking tents. I actually don't even have a tarp. So I just use my hammock to camp. This time I decided to bring a sleeping bag because I remembered all the nights I've spent shivering whilst backpacking because I didn't bring enough to keep me warm. I'm not an expert and I can't say that I wouldn't prefer a backpacking tent, but I do enjoy how easy it is to just throw up a hammock. At least on the AT. I'm sure other places might not be as convenient. But just like that, our shelter is made. We managed to get up the mountain and set up earlier than we expected, so we took a moment to chill and have a little cat nap. Then we collected some kindling and firewood in hopes of having a bonfire later on before eating dinner. Girl dinner! Now for a sunset hike. We ended up chatting and walking for a while, losing track of time in the process. But we found a spot to sesh and enjoy the views. We started heading back after realizing how far we had gone, but continued to make frequent stops to gaze at the forming colors and clouds. We made it back to camp, and this is when we ran into a thru hiker. He told us he hadn't missed a day of hiking in 60 days. That was my cue to ask him if he could give us any tips on hanging a bear bag since we were about to make an attempt. He told us to take it with a grain of salt, but insisted he always just lays his stinkiest clothes over his pack since bears hate the smell of humans. So we decided to send it and take his advice. We ended the night dancing under the moonlight. I started the morning cold soaking my oatmeal and eating my apple with peanut butter. And just like that, it was time to pack up camp. I ate my oatmeal and headed back down the mountain. I'm so grateful for these views and for every backpacking trip that I get to go on. It always instills a greater sense of gratitude in me. And carrying all the weight on my back instills a greater sense of strength in me, and not just physically. They don't call it Rocksylvania for nothing.
We flew down here. Leaving the woods. We made it back to the lot. Woo!
We ended the trip taking in the views around us. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, peace out.
She's thick.